So this is me, a guy who has never sailed before in his life, and this is me a few days later in the finals for a professional sailboat esports tournament. So how did I get from this to this in just 7 days? Will involve some creative physics, a few spreadsheets, and a little bit of luck. So here's the deal, I got notified of a tournament called the Toppling Cup. It's a competition in AC sailing, the official game to the real-life counterpart America's Cup, where they do this just in real life. And America's Cup is incredibly serious, and they also have some major sponsors like Louis Vuitton, which the buoys I hit kindly reminded me of. And naturally, as somebody who knows absolutely nothing about sailing, I decided to enter. The only catch? The finals are in 1 week, so I gave myself one mission, go from total beginner to sailing esport professional in only a handful of days, and maybe, just maybe, bring home the trophy. And step one was figuring out how these competitive sailboats even work. Turns out there's a lot more than just going fast and turning left and right like some other games would have you believe. There's various physics with wind angles, cant, tacking, and about 47 different ways to capsize. Like if you go too fast, it just rips you out of the water. And so I did what any sensible person would do and took what I thought I wasn't going to take very serious, incredibly serious. And alongside my strategy testing, I learned absolutely every term and mechanic that goes into these machines, and in just a few minutes, you will too. Maybe it'll be helpful someday. So when you're racing in game, you can see this bar near the bottom. The TWD, or true wind direction, is the direction the wind is coming from. TWS is that wind speed. TWA, which is here, is the true wind angle, which is the angle I'm cutting it, which you usually want to be around 40 on the way up and 140 on the way back. Speed is the speed which I'm actually going, and VMG is the speed at which I'm actually moving towards where I need to go. And then in addition to this, you can also see my cant on port and starboard, which is the lean the boat is taking on. And the arms you can see on that dial or on my boat are the hydrofoils, which I can lift or lower out of the water to reduce some drag, but if I'm going too slow, then my cant will get too high and I'll just tip over. You can also see how far out of the water I am over here since the boat lifts up with the wind, and then there's also the traveler, pitch, and sheet angle, which I have control over, and they control the sail itself. And you can also do jibs or tacks to switch the direction the boat is going to stay on course and with favorable wind. And the list goes on, and congratulations, you now know most terms. And luckily for me, the game automates some of it. And by day 5, everything started clicking. My turns were cleaner, my times were consistent, and by the time the finals day came around, I was just a minute behind the world record time trial, which is still a sizable gap, but it means if somebody is racing me and sets the record, I would still finish, which is a huge improvement from the start of my journey. My testing has paid off, but how well will it fare against the best of the best who are actually in the game? Well, for one, my solo testing is exactly that, solo. I never really accounted for the 6 other people that would be jostling for position, and let me tell you, the punishments when somebody else taps you suck. For example, here I am at the starting line for the finals. Although I'm about to cross the line, I get rear-ended, which not only pushed me into an unfavorable wind position, it also bumped me over the starting line, making me half a second on an early start, which temporarily lowered my wind speed, which made me instantly last place. And after a few more races that went surprisingly well, or ones I was just able to beat people by the skin of my teeth, alongside my week of pure chaos and spreadsheets, I may not have won the trophy, but I still placed top 20 and unlocked a new title. And this whole challenge taught me something. You don't need years of experience to try something new. Sometimes the fastest way is to just jump in and have fun with the process. And who knows, maybe next time I'll learn how to fly a plane in a week. Kidding. Probably.